I'm Rusty. This is Rusty's Sudoku stream, where I solve or do my best to solve Sudoku puzzles from the Sudoku store on BlueSky. You can pick up a collector, one or many collections of their puzzles on through their profile on BlueSky. They are available on both Amazon and Etsy. I get mine through Etsy with the result being a PDF that I can pull up and have next to me, and at the back is the book. Actually, with the books or with the PDFs, it's not a single book for the collections I'm using. The 1,000 puzzle collections apparently are a bit large for their PDF generator, so we get 4 books, and the last book has all the answers, and then some. A couple of the remaining puzzles that don't fit in the full collection. And we get some horizontal similarity, or not similarity, reflection through the puzzle here. And this should validate. If it does, you get 20 seconds to grab a screenshot. Oh, not valid. So I got something wrong here. There we go. Oh, an 8 there. All right. Now let's try this. Okay, you get 20 seconds, and I will start solving as fast as I can. This is an easy puzzle. Puzzle number 710. We'll be doing puzzle number 711 in the medium puzzles a little bit. I got a couple of days behind, and so we'll do the 711 in easy later tonight, and a 712 after once I get done with that. All right, that'd be 20 seconds. Hey, it's 40. Wow, you get a bonus. All right, one of these 2 is a 2, and one of these 4s. One of these 2 is a 1, and that's the 1. I've got 3 possibilities for a 1 there, 2 here, and that means I end up with 4 possibilities here. All right. Also 2 possibilities here, because that's not what that one is. All right, 2s. One of these 2 is a 2. That means this one's a 2. One of these 2 will be a 2, and one of these 2 will be a 2. And that gets 2s all over the place. A 3. One of these 2 is a 3. I've got 4 possibilities here, and 2 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here, and we're going to leave it at that. 4s, and we've got 2 possibilities for a 4 here. 2 possibilities for 4 here, 3 here, 2 possibilities for 4 here, and we get to leave that. Oh, hey, that's an 8. This is a 5. All right, one of these 2 is a 5. I've got 3 possibilities for a 5 here, 3 possibilities down here. This one is a 5, and I've got 2 possibilities here. On to 6s. We've got 3 possibilities for a 6 there and here. 5 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, 6 here, and everything, well, all 4 of these are possibly for 6. That's not supposed to be 1. Supposed to be a possibility of a 1. And we end up with 3 possibilities of a 5. All right, that's 6s. No, that's 5s. Did I pick their place? Yeah, nothing useful as far as solution for 6. Bunch of 3s and so forth. All right, 7s. We've got 4 possibilities for a 7 there. 2 possibilities here. 5 possibilities here. 3 here. 4 here. One of these 3 will be a 7. And one of these 3 will be a 7. We get an 8 up here. And that means one of these 3 is going to be an 8. I've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. Got an 8 already there. 2 possibilities for an 8 here. We move on to 9s. Got a 9 here. This one's going to be a 9. One of these 2 will be a 9. Got 3 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. And 3 possibilities here. With 2 possibilities here. All right. So 4, 7, 4, 7. No, that doesn't help. We're down to 2 possibilities for a 7 here, and that means 2 possibilities for a 7 here. Oh, no, 3 possibilities. This one as well. All right. Let's see, anything else up here? No, we've got 2 possibilities for an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 possibilities for a 6. 4 possibilities for a 6 there. So we got a 1. This one is our 4. Makes that a 1. And we end up with a 5 in one of these 2 possibilities. And a 6 in one of them. So down here, besides the 2, we get a 3 in one of these 2. We get a 4 here, 5, 6. So one of these 2 is a 7. That means one of these 3 is a 7. 1, 2, 3. 4 will be here. 5. So 6 here or here. But there's 3 possibilities there and 3 possibilities here. 7, 8. How about 9s? Either of these are going to be a 9. Don't know which. All right. We get a 1. One of these two will be a 2. 3, 4. One of these two will be a 5. Those 4 is a 6, but of those two plus these two up here. And one of these 3 will be a 7. And these two is an 8. And these two is a 9, 3. 4, 7. This can't be a 4, so that's a 7. This is a 4. This is a 7. And now we get to work out those 6s, but we can use this 7 there to say that's going to be a 2. That'll be a 3, and that'll be a 7. All right. One of these two, this one's going to be a 5. We got the 5, 6 pair up here. We got a 5 here, so that's not going to be a 4, because we got that 4 there. And one of these two is going to be a 6. One is going to be a 9. We get a 1, a 2. One of these 4 is going to be a 3. One of these two is going to be a 4. 5 here. One of these 3 is going to be a 6. One of these 2 is a 7. That makes this one into a 7. That means, well, doesn't help yet. What do we got left, though? That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 is going to be one of these two. The other is going to be 9. But that doesn't help me with the fact that one of these two could be a 9. This one could be a 9. And any of those could be, well, one of these 3 is a 6. One of these 2 is a 6. But that makes this one into a 3, doesn't it? Or does it? Yes, it does. This is a 3 because one of these two has to be a 6. One of them has to be a 9. And 6 and 9 are both up here, so this one had to be a 3. Additionally, we've populated these 1, 2, and 4. So one of these two here is going to be a 3. And that means we've got a 9, 6 here, and here to go with that. That means 9 and 6 will be over here. This one's going to be our 9. And that suggests that this is probably going to be a 6, but all I can really say is one of these two is a 6. All right. So one of these two is a 1. How about 2s? We've got 2 possibilities for 2. Also the 3 there. So this can't be a 6. That makes this a 6. That turns that into a 1. It gives us a 5 here, 8 here. That can't be a 9 anymore. So what do we got left over here? Well, 2 and 3 are there. So one of these is going to be a 4, and the other is going to be a 7. Makes this an 8. This becomes a 7, and this is 6, which works out just fine with the 5 and a 6 here. All right. So 2, 3, 2, 3, 2s, 3s. So 2 there. I believe that's going to turn this into an 8. Because this can't be an 8, because of this one. One of these two is going to be a 2. And 2. How about 3s? Oh, 3s are over here. This one can't be a 3 anymore, so that's a 3. That turns that into a 9. Means this is a 9. This is a 6. This is a 9. This is a 6. And that turns this into a 9 and a 6 here. This is no longer a 1. That's a 4. So that's not a 4. That's a 2. This is a 1. And since I've got a 7 here, that makes this a 3. And we got breakage. I have too many of something in this column. We get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This can't be a 9. That's over here. There's a 9 there as well. So let's back out to that 9. Because that can't be a 9. Because there's a 9 in that column. All right. One of these two will be a 9. Tidying up all these earmarks that are not marked as not possible anymore. No, that can't be a 3 because of this one. Okay, that makes this a 3 and this a 9. That makes this a 6. And this a 9. This a 6. 9. 6 and 9. So not a 9 up here. That's a 9. And 6 is going to be one of these 3. But it can't be this one. So one of these two is a 6. I've got 3 possibilities for a 7. Okay, did we get anything else useful out of it? Well, that can't be one of these two is a 2 and a 3. One of these two is a 4, and it's going to be that one. That makes this a 5, this an 8. One of these two is a 6. One of these 3 is a 7. One of these two, this one's a 1. That makes this a 6. This one becomes a 7. But not a 7 there. That's a 7. That's a 3. So that's a 2 and that's a 3. This becomes an 8. So not an 8. 6 and 7. Not an 8, so that's an 8, a 5, and a 2. This is a 2, a 1, a 4. 1, 2, 3. This one gets to be a 4, and this one gets to be a 6. Oh, it's these up here to finish up. This one becomes a 6, and this is a 5. And I've got break it. Trying to see if I can spot where that is. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I got 2 8s in the row. And I'm missing a 6. Ah, we got 2 6s here. All right. Let's tidy those up. But now I don't trust that 6 up at the top. All right. So this 8 here, that can't be an 8. And this can't be a 5, so that's going to be a 6. This a 5. Now, since that can't be a 6 anymore, that can be and this becomes an 8, 7, and a 6 here, the 6 here, and this becomes a 7. Means 3 and 7 here. So not a 3 here, that's a 2, this is a 3. And this becomes a 2, a 1, a 4. All right. Now, that blocks the 2 in here. 5 and not an 8. That becomes an 8. Can this be a 6? That's a 6. And that means this is going to be a 4. Hey, 20 minutes for the first one. Give me a moment to note that down. All right. So play again. And this one's going to be our medium difficulty. And this one is vertically or horizontally symmetric. That's the word I was looking for earlier. All right. Nothing in the middle square. 7, 6, 4, and 2. 4, 1, 8, and 9. 3, 5, 2, 6, and 8. 4, 1, 2, 8, 3, and 6. 8 down here. 7, 1, 8, 3, 2, 1, 6, 4, 9. And again, do validation. If it passes, you get to grab a screenshot and see about solving it while I look away. And there we go. You get 20 seconds total, unless I go long. I'll try to explain what happened with the my time the last couple of days. Basically, I've been working on getting our new fiber internet connection in, and running into frustrations left and right. All right. So we got 2 possible ones here, 4 possibles here, 2 possible ones here, 2 possible ones here, 4 possible ones here. 2, one of that one is going to be a 2. We've got 2 possibilities for a 2 here. I've got 4 possibilities for a 2 there, 3 here, 3 here. Okay, how about 3? We'll end up with 2 possible 3s here. Here I've got 3 possibilities, 3 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, and 5 over here. How about 4s? We get a 4 here. Actually, this entire column already has 4s in place. This becomes a 4. I've got 4 possibilities there, 2 possibilities here. That means one of these 2 is a 4. Actually means that's a 4. And one of these 2 will be a 4. No help here, it's all 4. 5 up here. Gives me 4 possibilities here, 5 possibilities here, 5 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, 2 open here, 5 possibilities here, 4 over here, and 5 or 6. Excuse me, 7 possibilities over here. 6s. One of these, actually, this one's going to be a 6. Makes this one into a 2. Means I've now got 2 possibilities for 2 there, and 2 possibilities for a 6 here. Here I've got 4 possibilities for 6, but I've got 2 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here. And that's as much as I can do with 6s at the moment. 2 possibilities for a 7 there, and here. That means one of these 3 will be a 7. Here we've got 2 possibilities for a 7, and 5 possibilities there, 3 possibilities there, 4 here. All right, on to 8s. So this one is going to be an 8, making this one into a 6. Does that help any? Should help down here. We now end up with 2 possibilities for a 6. There. All right. 2 possibilities for an 8 here. We've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here, but that's not going to be it, because this has to be it, because I've got all these blocked. So one of these two is going to be an 8. All right, 9s. One of these two is going to be a 9. I've got 3 possibilities for a 9 there, and here. 2 possibilities here. Not a lot of help down here. Well, one of these two is a 9. And that means that one of these two will be a 9, and one of these two will be a 9. Down here, we've got 4 possibilities. Got 3 possibilities here. And entirely too many 5 of them here. All right. We filled in a few things, so let's see if that helps us any. Well, this can't be a 1. So this is going to be a 1. And one of these two will be a 1. But that will not. That gives me a 1-9 lock there with a 7 pair here. One of these two will be a 3. One of these two will be a 3 with a 2. That means I've got to lock on this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be a 7. All right. Which works there. All right. 1, 2. One of these two is a 3, 4. One of these 3 is a 5. And it looks like it's going to be this one here. Because it either has to be one of these two here or one of these two here, because it can't be in here. But I've got these two locked up. So, and this one, I am going to hunt and say this is a 5, 3, 7. Making this a 9. This is 7. So that means one of these two is a 9. Because that blocks these. All right, 1. One of these two is a 2. This is now blocked. How about 3s? Now these two are blocked already, so one of these two is a 3. Got 4 here. One of these 3 is a 5. We have a 6. This can't be a 7 anymore, so that's a 7, making that a 2. Since this can't be a 5, it's a 3, and this is a 5. So 5 is going to be one of these 3, with the 1 and the 8. So one of these two likely to be a 5. Could be this one. On the other hand, we got a 1, 2. One of these two is a 3, but it's not that one, so that's a 3. That's a 9. Okay. This one's going to be a 3 now. This can't be that one. And let's see. I still show 3 possibilities for a 4 here. And how about 1s? 2 possibilities for a 1. 2, 3. 3 possibilities for a 4. How about a 5? Well, looks like I've still got 5 possibilities for a 5. One of these two is going to be a 5. And that's locked in with the 9, so that's not a 6. That's a 6, that's a 4. Means this is a 4. This This one's going to be a 7. Yep. Means one of these two is a 7. This can't be a 4, so that's a 4, that's a 7. We've now got a 5 in one of these two spots, and a 9 in one of these two spots. Well, this one's going to be the 9, because this can't be. That's a 5. All right, that means this is going to be our 5 up here. And we get a 5 here, making that a 9, and this a 5. And that means this one's going to be a 9. So 2 and 3 are both possible here. Nope, no, 2 is not possible. So that's a 3, and that makes this into a 2. This becomes a 3. And I've now got 1s. 2 is going to be this one here. 2, 3, 4, 5. There are possibilities for 6, but a 7 up here makes this into a 6, and this into a 1. That makes this into a 9, this into a 1. And this is no longer possibly a 9. That is. And that can't be a 6, that can't be a 6. That's a 6. And we get a 5 here, I think. Yep. Which means this one's going to be an 8. And this one will be a 5. This will be a 1. Not a 1. That's a 1. That's an 8. Hey, 11 minutes, 12 seconds to solve this one. I want to say thanks for everybody hanging out, joining me, telling me all the good things that I need to know and not. And we will check in with you again tomorrow, I hope. Actually, I will be on tonight, so we will see you then. Take care, everybody.